Good morning. Good morning. Early in the morning here. We showing love today. I just thought I'd jump on, man, before I get on tonight. I like to do my little two streams, um, per week. That's how I try to keep it. This one's obviously spontaneous, last minute, but we gonna do what we gotta do, man. Go get a little bit of work in. I'm talking about, man. Shout out to the whole boxing community. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to y'all at home, man. Shout out to y'all waking up early this morning, going out and getting it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Keep working hard. Y'all know what it is. We definitely had a crazy week of weather up here. We had like rain, and then we had snow. Boy, it snowed. Yeah, it snowed quite a bit up here. So that's something that went down. It snowed so much. We got snow days today, so my kids they ain't even at school. They home. But salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to everybody tuning in. This is Ryan from the Six, man. I am your host. We talk a little bit of boxing. We do a little bit of everything around here. Shout out to my guy Ty in the building. What's going on, brother? Just on the YouTube live stream. First time I've done this in a while, man. But I heard like, yeah, you be getting all them people, you know what I'm saying? He said, let's go cameo everyone fighting in rap star channels. Okay. Salute to you, man. What's going on, Rand Show? What's going on, brother? Salute to you, man. Rap star, he got a little good channel, man. Shout out to Rap Star, man, repping the UK. I got love for everybody in content creation doing their thing, man. I'm not what I'm saying? I represent boxing. I don't agree with everything everybody says, but shout out to everybody doing work, man. That's what I'm gonna give them credit to because I understand this thing ain't easy every day. Some people do this for a living. Now, I mean, I'm just a part-time YouTuber, as I say, part-time guy, man. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ty said I'm finally on time for once, but I be lurking. Salute Ty, man. Salute. I appreciate you, brother, man. He said, I appreciate your calmness. Yeah, Rancho. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a real calm guy, man. Some people I think sometimes they don't like it, but bro, I just I don't know. I'm just level headed, bro. Level headed person, and I'm always gonna try to be me, because there's definitely ways I could see some of my how do I say it? My peers have changed over the years, for views and clicks, and I'd rather not stand on that side because I'm always at least y'all gonna know what you're gonna get from me, right? You're gonna get this guy right here. I'm humble, calm, like you said, man, and I'm always gonna be, respecting the game, respecting the fighters. That's just who I am. You're not gonna come in here one day and get a different person, bro. That's for sure. That's just who I am in life in general, bro. I like to keep it consistent. I don't like to be somebody who's what they say like flamboyant. Yeah, man. Shout out to the boxing outcome in the building. What's going on, brother? He said facts, man. Yeah, brother. Yeah, man. Yo, boxing outcome. I gotta link up with you, man. I'm gonna try to have on Rohan Polanco on here once he's done fighting. I know him and Hecht. They deep in camp right now. They working, so I'm not gonna bother them. But we gonna swing around, try to get them on the panel, man, so we can have that little interview. Shout out to Rohan Polanco. He got the fight coming up on January 31st. But yo, let's get into some boxing news, man. Canelo Alvarez, obviously, he's set to return September 12th in Saudi, man. How y'all feel about that, man? Honestly, yeah, the translation for sure, boxing outcome for sure, bro. Yeah. The Canelo fights in Saudi, man. I honestly thought that Canelo's last two fights, to be honest, from my standpoint, I thought he would have got one in Mexico and then maybe one in the UK and then hang him up. I'm actually kind of surprised he's going back to Saudi, but I guess he's got a deal, man. He's got a contract with Turkey Al Sheikh clearly. We'll see who he's gonna fight, man. Shout out to J Money in the building. What's going on, man? He said he's fighting Jamal or Eubank Jr. Damn, you think so, bro? Oh man, I hope not, man. Those ain't too like to me. Those ain't really good names. But they said it's the title fight. So I'm looking at the landscape of boxing, and we know it's not the IBF because the IBF, you know, he already said nope, you're not doing it. The WBO, they ordered Hamza Shiraz and Diego Pacheco, so we know it's not the BO. The WBA just elevated Resendiz to full champion, and he's supposed to be fighting Jaime Munguia next month on the Barrios and the Barrios and Brian Garcia undercard. So for me, as a Canadian, you got to think Billy's the only guy left because he has the WBC interim. We know how the WBC loves Canelo Alvarez. They've been very good to him. So for me, I'm just like, oh, he's facing Christian and Billy because the card is doomed. Mexico versus the world is not. That's what they said. Mexico versus the world. So, but then I also look at it like I think they're trying to set up a play for Shiraz. Like I don't think Shiraz is on the out. I think he's actually going to get the Canelo fight, but I think they're going to give it to him, hoping he beats Diego Pacheco, and then Canelo beats Christian and Billy. And for Canelo's last fight, the UK unification, Hamza Shiraz versus Canelo Alvarez. Now I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll see, man. Shout out to Z Pacino in the building. Z Pacino, man, I see you got to fight, bro. I'm happy. You got to fight on Border Wars. Putting in that work, man. Yo, do your thing, brother. My man Ty, he said Shiraz. J Money said could be Resendiz or Pacheco. Definitely not Shiraz or Billy. Canelo not fighting Shiraz. I don't see that happening. Okay, J Money. I think it happens, bro. I think it happens because it looks like the money man, right? Like the money man, Turkey Al-Sheikh is paying Canelo Alvarez all this money, so he got to kind of do what the man say. Essentially, like I don't think Crawford was ever in the plans for Canelo, but that came up. But yeah, man, I think the play is in Billy, the WBC title. He wants to get that green belt back. I know people see in Billy as the dangerous fight because the Lester Martinez fight, but I mean, and Billy gets pretty wide, man. I think Canelo Alvarez, he's always been successful against guys like that. I think guys who fight Canelo like that in that style, extremely aggressive. That's when we see Canelo with the head movement, with the counter punching, and all that type of stuff. But I know Canelo, he hasn't been, to me at least, he's been like, the miles, man. They getting there. He had a lot of fights. To me, he looks like he lost a step. And I kind of said that going into the Crawford fight, but I never took nothing away from Crawford. I was like, yo, I still think Crawford gonna beat him. But, I think Canelo's on the downside. He's still Canelo. He's still the best 168 pounder. So we're not about to take that win away from Terrence Crawford. So I stood on that side. I still stand on that side. I think for sure Canelo and then Billy is September, and then Shiraz and Canelo for the unification. I think they're gonna cash Canelo out, and this would be sad for all the David Benavidez fans because I know they wanted to fight Canelo. So for them to lose the passing of the torch fight, essentially, right? That's what that would be, man. That'd be literally Canelo passing the torch to Shiraz, man. And I don't know, like the jury's still out on Shiraz because he beat Berlanga. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I never thought Berlanga was the best guy at 168. I don't even think he can, win a title back at 168. No disrespect. I think that the division's deep enough, right? But man, he did stop Edgar. Canelo didn't. That's what people are comparing it to. But I think Shiraz, the jury's still out. We don't know if he's the goods, man. And then Diego Pacheco, to me, Diego Pacheco just has too many down performances. Like he's too up and down, man. So I'm just like, I don't know with him either because I thought the Trevor McCumbee fight, he should have stopped McCumbee. Yes, McCumbee has power. I still think he should have stopped him. He didn't. And then we just had the fight here with Kevin Sajo. where he got dropped. It looked tough, right? Kevin Sajo, I think, is kind of like a lower tier version of Christian and Billy. Like he's got the same style, does the same things, just not as effective as Christian and Billy is. And Diego Pacheco kind of struggled with them, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know between Diego Pacheco and Hamza Shiraz who really is what they are. But I look at that fight's probably an easier fight, like Diego Pacheco for Hamza Shiraz, than it is fighting in Billy, right? Just the styles. But yo, I dropped the Discord link in there for anybody who wanted to join the Discord, follow the channel, and the Discord, you'll get notifications when I'm going live. You'll get other information from people in the chat. You get everything, man. It's a little community in there I'm trying to build up. I'm also going live tonight, yo, for the fight chat. I'm gonna do that all from the studio though. So we'll do the fight chat. We'll have everything popping tonight. We'll definitely be doing the Golden Boy card, even though the main event's been switched up. Alexis Rocha's out. We'll still do it, man. We'll still talk boxing tonight. We'll still have a little show. And yes, bro, join the Discord. I do take live calls in the Discord sometimes. I probably won't do it tonight. Maybe I'll open it up. I guess why not, man? It's not a mega fight tonight, so yeah, we can open it up tonight and just talk boxing and watch the fights, man. But J Money said, "True, yo, he lost to Adames, in my opinion. However, I do believe switching from Funes and moving up it made all the difference. Plus, Hamza was injured against Adames, hurt his hands. I think, yeah, no, that's a fact, bro. I think the move to Andy Lee was it Andy Lee? Yeah, is Andy Lee's his trainer now? That was an amazing move for a lot of guys. I mean, you look at how it's working out for Ben Whitaker too. He's with Andy Lee. And we saw Joseph Parker had success with Andy Lee. It seems like Andy Lee and that Kronk, inspired style is really helping those UK fighters, man, moving them up another level. And obviously moving up in weight definitely helped Hamza Shiraz. He looked like he was, to me, draining himself at 160. But I agree with you, man. I think Adamas beat him. And yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to J Money for subscribing to the channel, man. We appreciate you over here, dog. Shout out to Z Bacino, man. He said thanks for the support, brother. Yeah, Z, man. I can't wait to see you in action, bro. Unfortunately, I'll be leaving Florida that day on Saturday to head back to Canada. I gotta drive back up and be at work. Sure, I'm not working on Monday, but my wife is, so I'll have to be in Canada by Monday. But so obviously we want to get in by Sunday so we can have a good sleep. But yeah, man, I'll be in town till Friday, the 20th of March. So hopefully y'all have brunch or something I can link up with y'all. I think where I stay at's probably like an hour away from Orlando. I think the last time I was staying down there, I went to Lakeland. That was about an hour drive. It wasn't that bad. So for sure, we're gonna definitely try to link up when I'm down there to see everybody as much as I can. But yeah, shout out to J Money, man. Just subscribe. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, join the Discord, man. Yeah, we in there. My man Z Bacino said Ben Whitaker. Yeah, he with Andy. And my man Ty said 168 suits him. And the change of philosophy definitely works for him. Structure always is good. No, that's true, bro. And like when you can find a trainer I think you're right, bro. Andy Lee's style complements Hamza Shiraz. Absolutely, man. He looked way better in that fight with Edgar than he did in the Adames fight. Now, granted, he could have been injured. Could have been a lot of things going on, right? We've seen guys injured before and have shaky performances. So I'm not gonna take that away. But yeah, that Kronk style, man, that Andy Lee's bringing, it's working, bro. It's working for Hamza Shiraz. I think he looked way better in the Berlanga fight. None of us, well, I didn't pick Shiraz like to do that to Berlanga. Like I thought Shiraz would win, but I thought with the new division, new acclamation, it'd be a little tougher. But yo, he made that thing look easy, man. I was quite surprised actually. He said, wishing you safe travels. Yeah, man. You too, brother. See you down there. My man J Money said Andy Lee is a dangerous trainer. He has all that. Yep, Emmanuel Stewart wisdom combined with all that great Euro style. Him and Ben Davis, are top tier trainers. Nah, for real, man. Ben Davis and other guys doing this thing. But shout out to Kronk, man. Shout out to Kronk. Manuel Stewart really doing his thing. My bad, yo. These kids is fighting, man. Crazy. But yeah, Emmanuel Stewart definitely influenced a lot of people, bro. Influenced a whole generation of boxers. And yeah, my dad went to Kronk for a while. He was trained by Emmanuel Stewart, and he brought that back to Canada with him too, like that same style. And it kind of rubbed off on a few guys, for sure. It rubbed off on guys. You just seen it the way. Now, I'm not saying my dad was definitely a pioneer of it, but you seen certain guys, and even my dad was good friends with Lennox Lewis, and I'm pretty sure that's how they linked up because my dad would always go down to Kronk, and I'm sure, man, there was a few trips he made with Lennox, and shout out to Lennox Lewis because he a good dude, man. Him and my pops still good friends to this day. You know, I think Lennox was at the gym a couple weeks ago at my dad's gym, so he's always a good guy, man. My man Ty said I wasn't too high on Andy Lee because some of his methods didn't seem to me like he deserved the praise he was getting so early, but he clearly has a voice that came through to get guys through to his guys. No, for real, man. I think a lot of guys look at Andy Lee, especially in the UK, as like a very respected guy because he had a good career. He wasn't like the greatest UK fighter, but he was a world champ. He got to the pinnacle of his division. And I think that's something that, all these young guys are trying to do. So they look at Andy Lee like, he's been there, done it. Plus, he's been over to America in these big fights. He's fought the biggest names in his division. This guy knows what he's talking about. I think a lot of people respect that, bro. I think a lot of people respect that. He said the Lion, man, AK, one of my goats. Yeah, man. The Lion Lennox Lewis, man. You go for real. When you sit back and think about it. Shout out to Malik Scott. And then we also got the Brian Norman Jr. and Senior saga, man. You got that going on. Basically, Senior saying he's not going to be in Junior's corner at all if he can't be the number one. I think that's sad, yo. I think that's sad, man. I don't know if it's emotions as to why he was saying it. I'm not sure if they letting the internet get to him, but bro, at the end of the day, that's your son, man. I think you should still be in the corner. Even if you're not number one, you should be in the corner, bro. You should be backing your kid. I don't know if the situation with Brian Norman Jr. and Senior happened because of the internet, but it seems like Junior may have made, to me, a quick decision, man. Like I feel like, or maybe he feels like he's plateaued with his dad. Maybe he feels like he hasn't gotten better with his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like he just hit the ceiling, and you need somebody else who can push you through the roof, bro. Somebody else to make another level on the floor for you, to show you some new things. I got no problem with that. And I think Senior shouldn't have any issue with that either. It's not a disrespect. But hey, man, just saying you're not gonna be in your son's corner, and doing that on the internet on Mill City, that's just a little weird to me, bro. Like, I don't know. Me as a father, I never been in that situation where my son told me he don't want me to be number one, especially in a sport like boxing. I feel like it's really close corners, but you should never take it as disrespect. The way I see it, it ain't like Junior said he out corner. He said, "No, he just not the head trainer. Like, I just want a different voice." And for me, I already see that with my young kids. Like sometimes they need to hear things from somebody else. Like I'll be saying stuff to them. They hear me, but somebody else say it. Sometimes it clicks a little bit better. Somebody else may deliver the message a little bit better. I don't think there's an issue with that. I actually think some people, most trainers actually that's their gift, bro, is how they deliver the messages to the fighters, how they can get the fighter motivated. It's a gift, really, man. It's not something every trainer got, because we seen guys in the corners giving instructions, and we're like, yo, what the hell is he saying? But he knows how to get that message to that guy, so he's doing it in the way that that guy can understand it, right? But um, just as an outsider, Brian Norman Jr. is making obviously a change for his career that he thinks will benefit him, and I just think as a father, you should stand behind your son, man, when he do something like that, because obviously that's a tough decision. That's not easy for you to just, say, yo, dad, you're not gonna be in the corner no more. You know what I'm saying? It's really nuts, man. My man Ty, he said I wasn't too high on Andy Lee because some of the methods didn't seem to me like he deserves the praise he was getting. So, but clearly he's a voice, the corner that gets. Oh yeah, I got to that. My bad, yo. Said I was only skeptical of Andy because of the glaze, and the praise came so fast. But he is a dude that should be respected in the sport for sure. My man Jay Money said I didn't hear about that. Pops is being a lame. If that's the case, let your son go be the man he needs to become. Get out of his way and stand alongside of him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jay Money, man. That's what I expect the senior to do, man. Is like to understand that, hey, he getting older, he getting bigger, he ready to branch out. Yeah. My man Todd said the decision of change with Brian Norman Jr. was something that was always in the making, in my opinion, especially with the reduction of seniors' duties over time from not managing him and not being his head trainer. Yeah, that's true. He stepped away as being the manager. So yeah, bro, they gotta really respect it, but they're not gonna respect him. You know, I feel bad for senior, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, you can't be going on the internet just saying those crazy things, bro. My man, the boxing outcome said, I saw Bernie hyping Bud Crawford before the Canelo fight. I feel like every camp needs a hype man. Yeah, man. Nah, shout out to Bernie the boxer, man. He always been hyping up fights. Got to keep his guys motivated. My man Z Pacino said, I respect Junior's decision, even though it seems kind of premature after one loss, but we all must step outside of a comfort zone to reach new heights. Yeah. And that's the way I look at it, Z Pacino. I'm like, at least Brian Norman Jr., it seems like he's saying, he wants change. And change can sometimes make you grow. Like you said, go out of your comfort zone, do new things, add new tools. Why not, bro? Like you did it the first time you got to the top. You had a belt. You lost to a good guy. You just didn't lose to anybody. You lost to a good fighter in Devin Haney. Like, let's not tear everything down. But yeah, let's add some new layers to the picture, man. I agree with that completely. I don't understand why Norman Jr.'s got to just go and say things like that, bro. Like it's kind of like, bro, why? Like why, man? Let your son do his thing, man. Let him grow up to be the man he want to be. Like at least he's not kicking you out. He still wants you to be a part of it. Clearly. But hey, I don't know, man. I'm not big into telling people what to do, man. So if that's the decision he's making, that's the decision he's making. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think he's only hurting, himself by not being there for his kid, man. Said Brian Norman Jr. Didn't want many asked of Schofields Jr. because at the same point, there needs to be room for growth and development. That loss, and how his father handled that fight only justifies change. Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly, bro. And Schofield Jr. will not do what Brian Norman Jr. did. I don't think so. I think Schofield Jr. is he likes the sheltering of his dad. I think, Brian Norman Jr., he stood on business, man. He's making his own decisions for his career, but Schofield Jr., it seemed like he hiding behind his dad, bro. Like he always got his dad in the back there when he doing interviews. Junior, he not on that, bro. He don't even live with his pops, Junior. So, shout out to Schofield, but Schofield, nah, man, he got to get from under his dad's titty, man. That's crazy, bro. Like, how you a grown man acting like a little kid, bro? It's crazy work. But hey, I'm not a fan of that. But like, bro, I know my man Todd. He probably been around the Schofields, but bro, you could tell like Schofield Jr. He ain't got no real friends, man. Know what I'm saying? Like, Schofield Jr., you needed a brother like me in your life, bro, to just sneak you out the back door. Be like, yo, man, you gotta get away from that dude. You gotta grow a bit. Be a man. Go in there, like you the boxer, bro. Go in there and tell him you gonna fuck him up. Keep talking to you like that. like, yo, like you the one with the hands, bro, not him. He just the one talking, bro. My man said, boxing outcome said right never lies. Yeah, man. J Money, he said, I think we about to see the best version of Keyshawn and Shakur on the 31st. I can see Keyshawn stopping Ortiz and Shakur putting a beating on Tio. Okay. Yo, if Keyshawn stop Ortiz, man, damn, that gonna be good. I mean, gonna be good for him to try to get the Devin Haney fight. I mean, it gives him some like buzz, comeback. I think Keyshawn Davis is an exciting fighter. I like the way he fights. I like the way he talks. Obviously he had a situation which was unfortunate. He couldn't keep his himself under control. But, I think Keyshawn Davis for boxing, from just speaking boxing, he's great for the sport, man. He's everything we want. He's a young, talented guy, won a title, is always calling out the best names. Like, we got to think about it. Before he got into that incident, people wanted to see him and Tank fight, which I think would have been a good fight. Both of them. They both dogs, man. Davis versus Davis. But I'm at that point where I'm like, yeah, Keyshawn, I hope you off the leash, man. I hope you out here getting the biggest fights possible. I don't care about your record. You a seasoned fighter, bro. You've been through the Emmys, you've been through the Olympics. You're ready, bro. You knock out Ortiz, yeah, we need to see big fights from here on out. So I'm definitely in agreement with Keyshawn Davis. If he can secure that Devin Haney fight, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be good work for him. My man Ty said, and it's definitely noticeable when you meet those two young men in real life. He said, you see the difference, dog. He said, you see the difference in them, in Norman Jr. and Schofield Jr. Because, like, I feel like they were around the same age, Ty. They probably like the same age, and literally two different, like, styles of life being lived, man, because of their fathers. At least Brian Norman Sr. tell you, like, he letting Junior go out by his cribs and, like, he let him do his thing, give him his space. But, like, Schofield, nah, bro, he got his son. What he say? He got him in a trance. What he say? What he say he do to him? He hypnotized his son. He freaking made him Winter Soldier, bro. He made him Bucky. He said he hypnotized his son, bro. Oh man. My man Jay Money said this isn't Loma or the patters that dance with Ortiz. Keyshawn coming to take his head off. Ortiz is only going to be able to dance around that so much before Keyshawn slumps him, in my opinion. Yeah, no, Keyshawn is an action fighter, so he definitely going to bring it, man. You know what I'm saying? My man Ty said they are. Oh, yeah, they're the same age? Yeah, man. Shout out to my guy just doing the building. What's going on, man? My man Chad from Canada said, hey, what up, man? Boxing Outcome said Abdullah Mason, very mature himself and only 21. Exactly. He younger than them. And he very mature for real. My man Chad said, give me a sec. I will set up my headphones and tap in. Damn, I don't even got nothing hooked up, Chad. I'm on the just straight. I'm on my phone, actually, YouTube. YouTube live and from my phone because my man the boxing outcome he put me on. He said, "Yo, this is how you get views." So I was like, "Let me put together a little quick stream." I'm gonna be on tonight, Chad. I'm gonna call the fights though. I'm gonna call the Golden Boy card. I'll definitely open up the lines then. So if you want to come in and talk about that, um, obviously the main event's been switched in that, so it's not as intriguing. But we still got some good fights. I still want to see the Flores and Chavez fight, co-main event rematch. I want to see how Scrappy Ramirez looks coming back. You know, Scrappy Ramirez has always been kind of like, high Golden Boy fighter, but then he lost, step up fights. So he's been stepped back down. Um, but yeah, man, we'll definitely watch Golden Boy. It's on tonight. Boxing's on tonight. I know. What am I gonna say? I know that Nikisha Zoo and Michael Zarafa fought this morning, and that fight was a no contest. I guess the word on the streets is Michael Zarafa quit after he got a little cut over his eye, which a lot of people are saying wasn't even a cut. Tim Zoo came out because it was Nikita Zoo's, Tim Zoo's youngest brother. He came out with a picture. Obviously, Tim Zoo's been through the situation with the blood. He threw up a picture and said, "Yo, I didn't even quit." Basically saying like, "Look at me, and I didn't even quit." So it's just it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Chad noted, thanks, Ryan. Should be home tonight. Watch, yeah, brother. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The boxing outcome. And he said it helps because phones have another type of algorithm. Oh, that's true, bro. Yeah, no, that's a fact. It's kind of like the TikTok thing, eh? TikTok is crazy, man. It's just I feel like I'm too old for that. 35. I'm a millennial. Them what are they? Gen Z's? Gen Z? Yeah, they just different, bro. They just different. Shout out to the Gen Zers if you out there, but y'all just different breed. My man Ty said, I feel like this is the only calm before the storm for Brian, man. It's definitely more to come back with Kid. I just wish the kid had a little bit more independence and freedom, but his pops run a strict program. Yeah. Yeah, man. And I'll say this. I'll say this, Ty, about that. Like, it's okay to have a strict program, but I still think you gotta let people grow. You still gotta give them room to blossom into their own person, what they gonna be. I think that's where Schofield Senior to me lacks that type of thing. Like he don't let Junior grow, but at the same time, I'm looking at it like, man, Schofield Jr. can stand up for himself, bro. To say, yo, pops, you gonna go second in the corner soon if you keep doing this, bro. I'm gonna have to pull you back. My man C Pacino said crazy because he was slandering Tim for his last performance, and he quits versus Lil Bro. Yeah, man, that's what they saying. He quit, man. My man J Money said I can see Shakur doing real damage to Teal. Possible stoppage. If his hands are healthy, he puts on the weight right. Shakur got that sneaky Floyd power. You don't know until you feel it. Now that's true, J Money, but I don't think my issue with Shakur, I don't know if he's has he put anybody down at 35? I know he did have the hand issues at 35. But yeah, the hand issues are real, yo. And I mean, unless he can find somebody who can deal with it, which is possible, because you always got people. Damn, bro. My man, I just checked the boxing schedule. So on the Zuffa card, they got Kane Sandoval, sorry, versus Julian Hemahan Rodriguez. So that's a good fight for Kane. He's a prospect essentially making his way up. They got that card done finally. The Zuffa promotions card. The Troy Nash is on it. Shout out to Troy Nash. Boy Diaz Cash Flow's on it. Robert Merriweather's on it. All right, here's Zuffa's lineup, man. Callum Walsh and Ocampo's the headline. I mean, it's a decent card, man. A lot of young guys on it, which is what they need. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice little card. Obviously, I'll watch it. It's boxing, right? It's on what Friday? Dana White, the Apex. But yeah, sorry, I was trying to go to Shakur Steven. uh, yeah, Padley. Oh, yeah, he put Padley down. Yep. No, he stopped Padley. That's right. Yep. Shakur Stevenson did stop Padley. The body shots. It's crazy. Telling you, the body shots is I don't know how people you can't I don't think you train to take body shots, bro. I don't think you can. Because most times unless you're gonna get them when or gonna feel them like Shishino. That was his first fight at 35 that he stopped that guy. So yeah, he got 2 stoppages at 35, right? And shout out to Teofimo Lopez. The thing about Tio, he's a big 40 now. Like he talking about already going to 47. He's been talking about going to 47 since last year when he wanted to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. So he's been at like Tio's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is 7th fight at 40, so he's a big 40 at this point, in my opinion. But we'll see, man. We'll see if Shakur can bring that power and stop him. But I'm gonna tell you that'd be a big stoppage, yo. That'd be big. Shout out to Ty. He said, Ryan, you know what I mean by strict program when it comes to his pops. Definitely isn't positive context. But he wasn't even allowed to hang or socialize after the gym. Yeah, that's a problem, bro. A man treating him like, like he Adonis, bro. He's Drake's son. The world ain't allowed to see you, son. Like, that's wild, bro. He said, Zipicino said, damn, I'm surprised they got names I actually want to see. Yeah, man. Shout out to Zufa. Now, will they keep those names? That's a whole different conversation. Like, I don't even know who's signed to them, right? Like, they got those names there, but are those names signed? Like, who's really signed to them? They ain't never rolled out their roster. I don't think Kane Sandoval signed to them because he's with Tom Lawfer. I don't know if if these guys are signed to Zuffa, then they all co-promoted because they already promoted with Tom Lawfer. Like Callum Walsh, he's promoted by Tom Lawfer. Kane Salvador, he's promoted by Tom Lawfer. Now, obviously, these guys fight on the UFC Fight Pass, so that's why they're going over here. Floyd Diaz, cash flow, that's the dude we haven't seen in a minute, man. 2 years since we've seen him. But, he's talented. He was on Top Rank. They got Emiliano Cardenas. I think, isn't he signed to Top Rank? Cardenas? I just know Top Rank, they letting all their fighters fight, man. Even though they don't have a deal, people still getting fights. My man J Money said Tio would be out of his mind to try to box with Shakur. He's gonna look to bang, therefore opening himself up. Shakur sniper and counter punches. Plus Shakur got them long arms, best defense in boxing. Now he got the best defense in boxing for sure, bro. I've been saying that. Shakur do a lot of things good, man. He do a lot of things good. But I can't rule Teofimo Lopez out, man. It just seems like when the moment's big, he steps up. That's huge for him, man. I respect that. When the moment's big, Teofimo Lopez had his biggest fight, so we'll see though. I'm not I got Shakur winning for the record. I got Shakur winning decision. But I think he'll make it look easy. But I mean if Teofimo Lopez can make the fight dirty early, you see when he's talking about punching. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, what do you can say he's gonna be dirty? Like, punch him under the no, bro. Punch Shakur's hands. Don't aim for his head. Punch for the hands when he got his high guard up. Punch his elbows. Punch his shoulders. Punch his body. Bro, there's a lot of spots. You don't have to aim for the head. You know what I'm saying? Just punish the man. Just break him down. Don't let him throw them hands that much. It's definitely one of those things where Tio could definitely win the fight doing like that, man. If he takes that approach of just trying to bang on Shakur's body, man. Kind of like what Canelo was trying to do with Bivol. Obviously, Bivol was the bigger man, so that didn't work. But we'll see. We'll see, man. My man Ty, he said Tio and Shakur got the potential to be fight of the year candidate. Okay. And it's super early, but to see Tio's eyes being his Achilles heel. Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see. My man Ty said, I see Tio starting off strong in the first 5 rounds, winning at least 3. But round 6 to 12 will be Shakur with a possible TKO if Tio's eye doesn't hold up. Ooh. Hey, if Tio could jump out early, that's why I said, man, he got to jump out early. If he could jump out early in those middle rounds, I think even if he get to the first 5 and he up 3-2, yo, he can start to back off and try to counterpunch Shakur. He can start to back off. He may not win 6 through 8 or 9 or even 6 through 10. That's 4 rounds. So he'll be down, what, 4-3? I don't know, man. Sorry, he'd be down more than that. He'd be like 6-3. So he'd have to win the back half, the championship rounds. But nah, like the fight is that tough, bro. The fight is that tough to call. But I think if you're Teofimo Lopez, you gotta fight this fight. You gotta treat this like a marathon, bro. You have to treat this like a marathon. You gotta go win the first half. You gotta win, not even the first half, the first quarter, the first 4 rounds. You gotta be on the good side of that. You gotta be up 3-1. You gotta, or 2-2. You can't let Shakur jump out, bro. You can't. The middle rounds, you can trade those back and forth with Shakur. The back half, you got to finish strong. I think that's the problem with Tio. In the back half of the fights, he's looking bad, bro. In the Loma fight, he looked really bad in the back half. The Jermaine Ortiz, he just didn't look interested at all in the back half. Now the Barbosa and Taylor, he looked a little bit better in the back half, but for the most part, he kind of fades. And then if he's talking about moving up in weight and possibly being drained, this is last fight at 40, then it's like, bro, come on, you got to pick it up in the back half. Shout out to my dude Mick Doonan. Shout out to Mick, man, my favorite boxer in the building. What's going on, Mick? He said the new promotional company putting Usyk and Wilder in San Francisco can only end up in tears. Yeah, man, I don't know what they're doing, why they're bringing that to San Francisco. I don't understand that either, bro. But hey, at least they got that fight going on. They got that thing going on there. But shout out to Wilder and Usyk. They bringing us that fight, man. My guy Zipacino said there's certain areas in Philly, Shell, that if you aim for, you that can fire back. So Tio has to do his homework. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true, Zipacino. And Shakur's a southpaw too, so he's tough to figure out, bro. But the foot battle is also going to be another thing Tio's going to have to try to win. That's a lot harder than anything else because Shakur has amazing feet. I'll say that. I think Shakur's got the best distance in boxing, and his distance is because of his feet, not because of his hands. To beat Shakur in the foot battle, that's the toughest thing to do. If you can then you've done your job. If you lose the fight after that, then it's just Shakur was that superior of a fighter that he was able to fall into your trap and still beat you. But if Tio can somehow win the foot battle, which I do not see, man, I don't see him winning the foot battle. That's why I'm not even speaking on it because I just think Shakur has the best feet in boxing right now. That'd be amazing for Teofimo Lopez. That's the war essentially, bro. He said those 3 rounds, it would appear Tio is faster, but as the fight progresses, Shakur's timing and thinking process will be definitive factor in that chess match. Yeah, bro. No, and that's why I'm saying like the middle rounds. That's what I'm saying. Todd, the middle rounds, I would say play possum there. You let Shakur think he got this thing going the right way. And then the back half, you got to switch the game plan again. I think you have to fight this fight in 3 halves, bro. You got to give him 3 different looks. You got to give him the A look, the blitz, and then the middle half. I would probably say we're going to lay back and let Shakur come and do his thing. You're going to play possum. And the back half, I don't know what they're going to do in the back half, yo. I'm just saying. I think you got to give Shakur Stevenson 3 different game plans in one fight. Because like you said, if he sees game plan A and realizes it, it's a wrappy. So I think you gotta switch it, bro. You gotta switch it on Shakur. You gotta keep him thinking. Shout out to Mick. He said the biggest thing in this fight is Shakur taking an early lead. Tio's dad has 0 chance of breaking it down and implementing changes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mick. You can't let Shakur get out early in this fight. I agree, bro. Teofimo Lopez has to get out early. And that's something I've always said. Like I applaud Teofimo Lopez for getting this far because I don't think his dad's an elite trainer, and I don't know who else he has in that camp with him that's an elite. But he's made it so far. He's a 3-time lineal champion or something like that. Multiple lineal champion, multiple unified champion. You know, he's accomplished so much in boxing. He's a Hall of Famer essentially. And, you know, he's done it without a magnificent trainer. He's done it with his dad. Shout out to him. You got Daryl Washington in the building. What's going on, man? Shit, if Shakur Stevenson throws 2-punch combination, disrupts Teofimo Lopez's timing, the takeover will be over. Okay. Nah, man, I agree, bro. I think if Teofimo Lopez cannot get off his work, it's gonna be a long fight, and we've seen it already. And you know, that one should have never looked like that, bro. You know, there's been other fights he's had where he's looked really mid. You know, Steve Claggett, you know, Sandor Martin is probably a big one for us because a lot of people thought, you know, Sandor won. Sandor was robbed of an essential knockdown. That was a split decision win for Tio. So yeah, man, I can see why people are mad about that for sure. But nonetheless, I think Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson is going to be an amazing fight, man. I think obviously the buzz is there; it's almost sold out. They keep adding tickets every day, so I like it. I like what's going on there, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you smash the like button, man. Show some love to the stream. I will be going live tonight for the Golden Boy card, doing the live fight chat. You could join the Discord. We probably will be taking callers in the Discord, so you can join the Discord. I'll throw the link in the chat again for anybody who wants to join the Discord, join the community. And subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel. The Discord will actually give you notifications. I know sometimes on YouTube, even when you hit the notifications, they don't come up. I know the Discord, I have it in there so that it sends out notifications. So the Discord will give you those notifications when I'm live. I try to go live twice a week. I wish I had a set schedule, but bro, I work 12-hour days and nights. I work shift work. So I'm like yesterday, I worked 2 days. Now I'm off for the next 3 days, and then I'll be back on nights for like the next 3 days. So yeah, my schedule's just up and down. But hey, man, I try to get on 2 times a week, talk some boxing with y'all, boxing news, boxing, you know, anything boxing, pretty much the live fight chats. I try to get in there and do them. And I got Mick Doonan. He said another thing is the myth of Tio getting up for the big fights and raising the game. People forgot Loma was in the bubble. Taylor was shot. The only big fight in front of the crowds was Kambosos. Damn. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, Mick. Like Loma was in the bubble. That's true. That is true. But still, I feel like that was probably A lot of people say that was Loma in his prime. You know, that's the same Lomachenko that Javante Davis didn't want no parts of, man. You know, and then basically, yeah, you're right about the Josh Taylor thing. To me, I think he was shot, but I think it's because people like, you know, the move up, the weight difference. And I think like coming off the wasn't Taylor coming off that whole controversial win with Jack Catterall, and he had to vacate all his belts pretty much because he was sitting out on that. Yeah, man. So I mean, the Josh Taylor win is questionable for sure. But yeah, man, I still think that's a better, unfortunately, a better resume than Shakur Stevenson. And I think that's why for Shakur, you got to win this fight in a certain fashion of which you remind the whole people that keep saying, you know, you not really that. You show out, man. This is your opportunity, Shakur, to show out against a guy in Teofimo Lopez who is highly regarded. And I wonder where they push Shakur if he wins this fight. Is he a top 5 pound for pound fighter? You know, it'll be interesting to see. My man said, yeah, Tio, I agree, but you need someone in your corner. Yeah, senior, that can change things. Now, senior, yeah, to me, I'm in the same boat, Mick. Like, senior, just not a high level trainer. And if Teofimo Lopez is in trouble, I don't think he knows how to help him. I think we've seen that time and time again. I think we'll see it again. I guess we can only wait and see, right? As fight fans, we can only wait and see, man. He said, "I'm glad I just worked straight nights, yo. I hated rotation." Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not doing this much longer, Mick. Like it's just good money right now, but yeah, in a couple years, I think I'll be out of that realm, and I'll be doing probably be doing straight days so that I can get on here every night. My man Ty said Jack Taylor was coming off multiple surgeries, which postponed the rematch with Catterall and ultimately resulted in him being stripped. Yeah. He said, yeah, Mick said, I think Taylor was on a decline even against Regis. Oh, Josh was on that ice. He was on that cocaina, eh? Yeah, I mean, Josh Taylor, yeah, he definitely, I think after that Regis fight, he was kind of on the downhill. But we can't you can't discredit, you know, Teal, because I think you can always look across boxing and do that with, you know, most guys. You can say, hey, that guy caught that guy here, caught that guy there. So I think we just have to really respect it, man. Respect it. Yeah. Oh boy. Hey, something to drink, man. We also got, yeah, he was caught with it in 2019. Damn, bro. He was on that John Jones. Shout out to John Jones. He was beating dude's ass on that cocaine, which is crazy. Like, you man was beating dudes. Excited for the 31st. A boss coming for Xander's belts. Yeah, man. That'll be a good fight, bro. I think they need to go ahead and let us all know where we can watch it, bro. They doing Xander a whole disservice. Same with the boss. They doing a disservice to the both of those guys. That's a unification bout in the big division at 154. And we got no way to watch it. We don't know where to watch it. It's like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, come on, man. Let's figure this out. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Top Rank decided to hold the broadcast for that fight if they can't even get it to us, man. I don't know. It's got to be on Tubi. They just don't want to release that yet. It's got to be. It's got to be on Tubi. I'm okay with if it's on Tubi. Free fight, free watch party for a unification. A unification, man. Shout out to Xander, shout out to Boss, because they both won the belt. And instead of going having voluntaries and playing around, nah, they went right into it. They said, nah, we want all the belts. So shout out to Boss, man. He's not playing around. He's coming in off a big upset of Joannes Tellis. Boss looked very good in that fight, man. Like, shout out to him. He's gonna be a tough customer for Xander. I don't think this is gonna be an easy fight. He possesses that pressure, pressure, pressure. And for Xander, we got to see how he deals with it. You know, Xander, he's looking like he's growing out of 54 already. So I think he's gonna be in a tough fight, man. A boss is gonna be coming straight for him. I know a lot of people picking Xander, but it's gonna be a tough fight, bro. It's gonna be on Freebie. Is it Ty? I don't know, man. All I know is I'll be watching Xander, I'll be watching a boss, and I'm watching Rohan Polanco, man. Now, I don't know who else is on the card. But shout out to Top Rank. He said crazy. A boss made the fight with no promoter. I think Brian Norman would have benefited going to a boss camp with Giorgio or Rubio, keeping him out of the spotlight. Oh, okay. Yeah, he could have went for sure and helped out, a boss. That would have been cool, man. Giorgio Rubio. I'm not sure who's he coach. So he coaches the boss. Hey, yo, I like did y'all see who Brian Norman Jr. was working with though? Derek James? I got reservations about that, bro. Like Derek James, great trainer. I think he's done great things, but I think he slows down his fighters too much. Like I look at Alicia Bumgarner right now. She's slow, man. She look like she walking in mud. Like she walking people down, yes. But I still think movement is important in boxing. I think being able to, use your feet effectively is important. Always important to know the ring, man. And when you just walking and walking and walking, yeah, you get in the habit of relying too much on that power jab, the power punches, and then you get in there with a boxer, it's gonna be hell, man. My man Ty said Tubi Premium. Oh man, you funny, bro. Yeah. We'll see what happens there. But shout out to everybody, man. Thought I'd just come on, do a quick live. Before we go live tonight again, subscribe to the channel. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be going live. Golden Boy card. I think it starts before that. But yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do the recap show next Wednesday night. If you're in the Discord, I'll post that up. I'll get those out. Get those okay. Coach is the boss, but yeah, Rigo, Lara, Hey, American Campbell. Yeah, was the Cuban amateur coach. Okay. Damn, those some names there. I mean, definitely some names, man. J Money said, before you go, who you got, Navarrete or Sugar Nunez? Ooh, that's a good ass fight. But I think I got Sugar Nunez, man. I got Sugar Nunez. I think Navarrete. I don't know. Maybe it was that weight jump he had. He looked really bad at what was it? 140? No, 135. Yeah, he looked really bad at 35. But Navarrete is that guy who he never really looks good. He just got that awkward style. So we'll see, man. But I think Sugar Nunez can win. That's an IBF. Is it that a unification? That's a fight, right? A unification fight, I think. I think Navarrete still has the WBO. So that's a unification because I know Sugar Nunez got the IBF. Let me take a look quick. But if it is, that's a good ass fight, bro. Next month. Shout out to February is a good month for boxing too. Now that we got it's unification. So shout out to Sugar Nunez and Navarrete. They mixing it up at 130. But yeah, February is shaping up pretty good because we do got Nick Ball at the beginning of the month coming back. Not in a fight I want to see. I don't want to see him fight Brandon Figueroa. I want to see him unify division finally. Like I hate how Nick Ball's just all of a sudden since he beat Ray Ford has fought nobody. Literally. Like, bro, like I was rooting for you. I was like, yeah, we got a nice little champ. You just beat Ray Savage Ford. I did not pick him to beat Savage Ford. And then the man turned around and just gave me duds, man. I want unifications now at 126. They terrible at 26. They not mixing it up. We got Espinoza, Nick Ball, Leo. and could be Bruce Choo Choo Carrington here next. But these guys don't want to fight. So in February we got Nick Ball, got Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, we got Navarrete, Sugar Nunez, you got Anthony Kakashi coming back. Shout out to Kakashi. Oh no, that's March. Kakashi's March. But yeah, we got good fights, man. Now Navarrete and Nunez is a good fight. Barrios and Ryan Garcia, that could be a good card. It is a ring event. They haven't announced the full card yet, but I think that'll be a good event for sure. My man said, Mick said Norman needs the fundamentals. Facts, man. My man J Money said, yeah, Navarrete is at his best weight. Yeah, 130 is his best weight for sure. And you heard it here first. Josh Kelly is going to stop Backroom. This ain't one-dimensional Tim Tszyu who won't move his head off to save his life. Kelly can box and punch. Damn, J Money's going in on. Got Backroom losing that fight. I mean, Backroom might lose that fight. Yeah, I think Josh Kelly got more tools in the toolbox than Tim Tszyu, but man, Josh Kelly, didn't he get stopped by David Avanesian? I'm pretty sure he got stopped by him, but hey, we can't do that because Josh Kelly may have learned from that. And you're right, bro. He may not. He may come out here and box, man. He may come out here and box, my man. Backroom up. We'll have to see. Backroom's coming off that layoff too, right? So we'll see. I think Josh Kelly's probably been in the ring before him. Yeah. He was in the ring in May last year. And then, yeah, man. Backroom's last fight was in 2024, bro. This is nuts. How they just kept him on the shelf. Kathy Duve, she got to get out of boxing, man. She going to do this to these guys, man. Just gets them and shelves them, man. It's terrible. Terrible. And he said Ball might get punched on. Oh, damn, by Brandon Figueroa? I don't know, Ty. Maybe. I mean, Brandon Figueroa, he hasn't been looking good, bro. My man Alex Vega in the building. He said, Ryan, my brother, what's going on, Vega? We live tonight for the fight chat, brother. You want to come through 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to cover Golden Boy, even though, the main event's been rescheduled. Not the main event we wanted to watch. I'm still going to watch it. It's boxing. My man Ty said that's the plan for Fast Eddie, or at least that's what he alluded to in confidence to Team Ennis. Well, yeah, he wants to get the belt to Matchroom so that he can have Drawn Ennis fight for it, which is crazy work. But they over there just messing with Drawn Ennis. It's sad, bro. But yo, I'm out, man. Salute to everybody. I really appreciate y'all. We going live tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Peace, man. Turn this shit off.